What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Sooner Surge live show tonight on this Monday evening, 9:30. Welcome to Sooner Surge Live. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Lots to talk about. The portal is opening up this week, and guys are already entering. One specifically that Hunter's got on the cover here, Jaydn, running back out of Cal, which sounds like one school's very interested. And I think we know who that school is, Jerm. What's going on tonight?
Who's that school, Jay?
I think it's OU.
Yeah, of course it is. Jay, you don't go after an ought unless he's going to be your starter.
Oh, he'd be day one starter, Jerm. Yeah.
Which means X-Rob would be backup.
Unless you play two-back set, you get both. But, hey, here's the thing. If they are truly after this guy and they land him, that is exactly what Jim Nagy was brought in to do. He was brought in to get difference makers out of the portal. And this guy, if you go look at his highlight tape, 2023, he wasn't injured at all, had a great year. He was going to go to the NFL draft this year, decided to come back to Cal, and now is entering the portal. So it would be a huge get if they're able to land him. I think it also, here's the thing, it leads you to say that there's going to be some guys from Oklahoma entering the portal that people aren't expecting, because I think Nagy's out here going to be like, okay, this guy's better than this guy. We'll process this one and we'll get this one. Nagy's truly a GM. That's what he's there to do. And I love the fact that this is like Brent Venables. Well, I'm sure he has input on stuff, but this is all this kind of portal stuff. It's kind of like, Brent, you tell me what you need. Nagy's going to go do it. And Nagy's the one that makes it difficult, probably the conversations, that whatever has to happen with players in the portal process. This is going to be a great offseason. I think just kind of see how Nagy fits in this GM role, Jerm.
Yeah, I think I see Sooner Bob says Ott's got good size. I think he's 205.
6 foot, 209, I think. Runs pretty well, too.
Great lateral movement. Was going to be an NFL guy. So to me, you're right, Jay. This takes some things off of VV's plate. It'll be interesting, Jay, how quickly they could scoop him up.
Grad transfer.
Correct.
It will be interesting.
He's from California. It's kind of shocking because he's from California.
Yeah, but Hunter, if you could drop the tweet that Jim Nagy put out in July of last year about this guy. Or not last year, I guess it was
6 foot 210. Now 918 says there's going to be a veteran offensive lineman that hits the portal, and when you see it, this is a quote. I'm not sure the quote's from, but just know it can be traced directly back to Fasusi and Foji's collective performance during spring ball. So you start thinking of names like Jake Taylor, Fabechi's guard though, Jay. I know Foji's a guard, but
wait. Does this say tackle? No.
It doesn't, but I'm trying to think. Jake Taylor is the one.
What about the guy that transferred in?
Yeah, the Stanford guy. Palinko?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay, it's a business. It's a business.
Hey, and Trojan Fight says this, Jaydn ought to OU, so long Tatum. Here's what I'll say. I don't think anybody's off limits. Like, I said this last year a little bit in the portal. I'll say it again. I don't think anybody would surprise me on the portal nowadays.
Tatum would surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me. Why?
Here's why. He's such a young guy and has a great, tremendous upside that, look, if he doesn't play this year, it's not the end of the world. But and maybe he's a third down.
Yeah, but you don't know what you don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they're sitting there thinking, okay, what if they think X-Rob's the future? So I don't know. I can't sit here and think that I know.
The guy to me that screams portal is Javonte Barnes.
Yeah, Gray God says
old dude who needs to go elsewhere if he wants to play.
Jake Taylor would make a lot of sense too, I think. Gray God, I would agree with this. Hey Hunter, were you able to find that tweet from Jim Nagy?
I know, Jay, softball lost tonight. We differ on some of our opinions on that, so we'll get to that later.
That's fine. We can get to it later. That's fine.
Whoa. In that, that's a joke. That was a joke.
No, I think he is getting it. I think he's getting it.
No.
I thought I saw somewhere he was, Jerm.
I thought it was a joke, Jay.
I could see that too, Dalpost. I'm with you there. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Greg, 918 agree with you, Jake Taylor. I would too. And here's the tweet right here from Jim Nagy. Well, you can't see it. You can't.
What was the tweet, Jay? Which one?
It was from Jim Nagy back in July of last year, and it was about Ott. So I just thought it was kind of interesting now that Nagy's with OU, and looking back on that tweet's just I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't understand your take on Gentry Williams portaling out if he's the starting cornerback if he's healthy. That doesn't. Gentry Williams portaling out makes zero sense, Ron. It makes no sense for Gentry Williams.
Hey, I'm going to go down a road that I know you're probably going to get. You might get upset. I don't know if you get upset with it or not, but it's going to go down a road that you probably don't agree with. Explosive, smooth striders, a true home run hitter. Caption from Nagy. Thune said at least 2 running backs will be processed.
That's the 2 I would look at, Jay. I agree. One thing you do, Jay, one thing that happens if you process 2 running backs, you bring 1 in, you also decrease the number in the room for DeMarco Murray to mess up.
Yeah. Hey, KB, I'm not by any means saying this. I'm not by any means saying Nagy's the only one that thinks knows he's a good player. I'm just saying since Nagy's at OU and he tweeted that out in July, I just thought it was an interesting note because then you kind of get Nagy's opinions of this player. That's all I'm saying. I know everybody thinks he's good. He was going to be an NFL draft pick. So
there's going to be a lot of teams that go after him.
Hey,
OU, according to Jim Nagy, who is the GM, a couple weeks ago, Nagy said, we have money set aside for starters. This would be the one. This would be one.
Yeah, I think Nagy also said he's not going to overpay for a running back. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know.
Javonte Barnes is not running back 2 right now. He's about running back 4.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Running back 4 right now.
Nobody knows, Germ. You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows who they are. Here's what I was going to say. And, we sit here and we have conversations all the time about players leaving for money, right? You could transfer and then get processed out within 6 months. I mean, teams can process you tomorrow. So once again, that's why I say I'm all for the players looking out for themselves because you can be processed tomorrow, man.
And I'm going to say something that people aren't going to like either because there's a lot of people, and I'm one of them, who's very high on Xavier Robinson. I think he is going to be great. We're talking about a guy in Jaydn Nagy who was a Walter Camp, a Maxwell, a Doak Walker Award finalist, guys. Can we please, anyone who says, well, OU's got their guys, stop. Do you want to win? Do you want to be in the playoff? Do you want to have the best of the best? You go after guys like Jaydn Nagy. You ought to go after Jaydn Nagy. Pun intended.
Daniel, what's up, Daniel? He says, speaking of OU O-line, when I called last Thursday, I said Coach B beat him both.
I realize that. I know some people.
I'm still talking. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish it up. No.
I'm sorry.
I was just trying to read it there. When I called last Thursday, I said Coach B beat him both. Said Fasusi and Foji could potentially be day one starters, not BV. Yeah, I knew you said Coach B. I know some other people thought you said Coach V or Coach BV, but yeah, you said Coach B beat him both. That's right. But thanks for clarifying.
That's exactly what I heard was Coach B. Yeah. What's the first play that comes to mind when you think of Baker Mayfield? It's the There's a couple. There's the one where he scores the end zone against OSU and just talks smack. But for me, it's probably Tennessee. The P. Ryan pass. But
well, you know what comes to my mind more than anything is a flag plant and a as Chester says, it's those two.
Yeah,
it's a flag plant and that. When you talk about off the field stuff, Ron says running from the Ohio State game, obviously. But man,
OU softball lost tonight.
Yep.
I'm still picking to win the whole thing. I know people are saying that's just a bad take. They've won 4 in a row. They're in a massive slump right now.
Not picking them.
I think they figure it out. I think they'll figure it out and get the bats going. Sam Landry's proven she can be that dog.
Landry's been great.
Playoffs. Yeah.
I'm not picking him to win at all. Not right now. I'm not. Hey, Porter Moser stand. It's another thing to talk about. Porter Moser's putting in the work. They're getting himself a nice little team, dude.
Okay, Jay.
No, they are.
Okay, Jay, I like Tay Davis. The guy today. No, stop. Listen to me right now.
I get excited if I want.
But everyone oohing on over the St. Joe's guy is
he's really good.
You can't ooh and all over St. Joe's guy
and then say Duke,
and then say Duke Miles was a bad pickup, bad guy.
This guy's way better, Jeremy.
Well, look at their numbers, Jay.
I don't care about their numbers,
Hunter, drop in Duke Miles' number at High Point.
Jeez. This guy's a point. You have this guy and then Pack at the 2 guard.
Oh, I love Nigel Pack. I'm not denying
that.
Oh
yeah, Jeff at the 3. Oh,
I like it. Yeah, I agree, Jay. Win.
All conference first team in the A-10 as a sophomore. That's right.
Now win. Win when it matters, and I'll be happy.
I don't know why you yell at me for getting excited over a Portal. It's like you can't be happy. I mean, Porter's
very happy with Nigel Pack and Tay Davis. What I don't like are people like you who all last year said in the non-con, this team, they got some dudes, good portal guys. And then later in the year in the SEC, Duke Miles just a jag. He ain't any good. He came from High Point. You don't say that.
What are you talking about? Fears was
a
dude.
Duke Miles, he's not any good.
He's not comparable to some other guys that other teams had. No. Not SEC play, no.
When they got him, it was like, oh, Duke Miles, what a
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you did. I'll show you the text later.
Go find a video, Jerm. Go find a video or text, please.
You've talked a lot about Duke Miles.
918 says, question, if Nagy wants to process a player, let's say Barnes and Markham wants to keep him, I'm assuming, yes, 100% Nagy call. Yeah, I think that's why he's there. And it should be like BV's like, man, it's all Nagy. I agree. It should be Nagy. That's why he's a GM.
For one thing, it takes some of the pressure off some of those guys.
Think about this. That would be like in the NFL, a GM saying a position coach be like, I'd rather keep him. No, GM's going to do what GM wants to do. Jay? Now, there will be input from everybody. There will be input from Brent Venables. There'll be input from running back coaches. But I think it comes down to what does Jim Nagy think? I would think so, but
Jay, in draft day, when Kevin Costner said, give me 5 minutes, and they end up getting Ray Jennings, he goes back to the coach who was already ready to quit, and he says, you want to coach this team now? That's kind of what Jim Nagy's going to have to do. For one thing I like is it takes some of the loyalty card out. Like if DeMarco Murray's just really attached to some of these guys, who cares? Nagy makes the call.
Daniel says,
Zayas, I love those numbers. I want someone to drop Duke Miles' numbers from High Point. That's all I asked.
High Point. What conference are they in, Jeremy? If you can answer that question right now, I'll understand what.
It doesn't matter, Jay.
Answer the question.
I don't know what conference High Point it is.
Okay, well, he was in the A-10, a little different.
Drop the numbers in, Jay.
Daniel says, like I said, Gundy has said the running back room is dysfunctional right now. DeMarco needs to establish what he wants and build an identity. Here's what I'm going to say right now. If OU goes out and gets Jaydn on, they only need to play 2 running backs the majority of the time. They don't need play more than that. Do you agree? You can play 3, the guy to come spell, but it doesn't need to be a big rotation of 3 guys. It needs to be 1, 2, 10. RB1, RB2. I think that needs to be the game plan.
Hey, Hunter, my point is, you Tennessee had 3 guys from low level conferences. Stop with, well, this guy's in the A10 versus Big South. There's been a lot of transfers out of the portal that played in very small conferences. Oh, one in football was Giovanni Gibson, guys. Giovanni Gibson, small school. So
Colin,
hey, in the end, it doesn't matter, Jay. When it matters, and I'll be on Porter Moses bandwagon. When it matters.
Colin says, you think Tulane pays Nico the big bucks? Looks like that's his only choice. It's not his only choice.
Well, Jay will be in trouble because he's not getting $4 million from Tulane.
We'll see. I see a lot of people putting that out there right now that he's not going to get paid.
What
about the OSU Cowboys? What about the OSU Cowboys? Raise a lot of money from Cross Canadian Ragway. Did they go after him?
Not $4 million.
They made about $5 million last weekend. Hey, by the way, OU needs to do something like that. That's a genius move. It's a great move. It was
genius.
I mean, OU needs to do something like that. Stick with 3, rotate the week. I agree. The third one rotates him very little, but it needs to be RB1, RB2. Go back to the P. Ryan Mixon. Go back to you can go down the list. I mean, let's go back to that. Sermon and who was with Sermon? Brooks?
Yeah. I believe it was Kennedy Brooks and Trey Sermon. It seemed like it was someone else.
Sermon was also with
Mixon.
Mixon, I believe, or one of the two. Question is who? Not really a big time artist is an OU fan that will attract a stadium crowd. I kind of disagree. I mean,
it was Rodney.
Rodney Anderson, duh. Yeah, hey, there are some OU Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon would draw a pretty big crowd, wouldn't it? Now it's different than the Turnpike Troubadours and the Cross Canadian Ragweed and all that red dirt road stuff. Who? You don't know who Kings of Leon is? Surely you do. You know who else I think's a big OU fan? Lana Del Rey, isn't she?
You've said that before, Jay.
I believe she is.
So Jay, names like Jake Taylor.
Yeah.
Javonte Barnes. KJ Daniels. Trying to think of someone else. Maybe like a Nigel Smith. All these names, none of those would be Caden Helms. None of those would sit me here saying, oh, I'm shocked. Is there someone who you would say shocked? Like a Tatum would be shocked. I would be shocked.
No, nobody would shock.
Would be.
No, Jerem, right now, the guys I would be shocked by would be if John Mateer in the portal.
Oh, my. You are so full of crap.
It's college football, Jeremy.
You're full of crap.
Whatever, dude. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Castor says, and yet none of these coaches or the offense is the same. Guys, we really need to chat. Huh? I'm confused. And is that something
are you talking about, Castor Troy boy?
Is that from the chat or is that something I said? I'm confused. Maybe it's something I said. What's up, Jen? How you doing tonight?
None of these coaches are the same. Yeah. Many of the coaches are the same. You want me to go down the list? Bill Beatenbow, same. Joe John Finley, same. DeMarco Murray, same. Brent Venables, same. Miguel Chavis, same.
I don't know if that's what he meant. I don't think that's what he meant by it. I think we're just confused on what he's saying.
Yeah, Colin. All right, is like this would be, and I'm going to say it. John Mateer is the best one on the portal. Jay Knott is the best running back in the portal. It's not even close. That means OU would have landed the best quarterback outside of Nico, and the best running back out of the portal.
Hey, Dalpost, let me answer this question in the way I want to answer it. And Jeremy, you answer it your way. Here, I'm going to read the question, and I'm going to answer it my opinion. Then you say yours. I'm interested to see what you say on this. Should OU be loyal at all, or should it totally be totally cutthroat? Here's the answer I would say. You be loyal to guys that have performed. You don't be loyal to guys that have underperformed. If they're not performing, cutthroat. It's a business. Cutthroat.
Well,
if you got a guy that's been loyal and doing everything you ask him to do, and you can see improvement, I get it. But otherwise, it's cutthroat. It's the way the game is now. It is. Get on board or be mediocre.
Yeah, it's also when you're loyal to people, sometimes it also hurts them. Let them go be something somewhere else. Like,
well, yeah, being loyal and letting a guy sit the bench isn't good either.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't bash Nico. I didn't bash Nico.
Time out, Greg God. OU being cutthroat is no. We're not talking about the player. I'm talking about the GM. I'm talking about the player. Hey, and by the way, Greg God, anyone who enters the portal now, I'm not going to rip. I will not rip any college football player that enters the portal right now. It was the way in which Nico did it.
Well, did you hear this today?
He should have just said, I'm entering the portal, dude. He should have just said, I'm entering the portal.
Did you see this today that now it's coming out that he almost set out the playoff game last year? Won more money.
But when I called something and said, look, it's a bad look. I'm like, not bad look. It is a bad look. It's a horrible look. In fact, his price tag in The Price is Right, when you got the mountain climber going up, Nico's price tag is going.
Hey, you made
You're late. $1, Bob. $1.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I think he still gets paid pretty good, but you're looking nationally. You're looking like you may win this bet because a lot of people are with you. They think his price tag is going down. So I guess you better decide what the bet is because it's going to be over soon, one way or the other.
I better decide.
Yeah,
you're a loser because you can't decide.
Wow, you're coming at me tonight. It's fine.
I am. I'm sick and tired of someone every night on here who sits there and says, "Oh, I guarantee you it's happening." What's the bet? Well, I'm not doing that. Well, I'm not doing that.
I never said
I'm not doing that. Well, I'm not doing that. Well, I'm not doing that. Hey, Germ.
This is it right here. That's it. Clown face.
Germ, you better decide what the bet is, Germ. You better decide. Well, I've already decided. I said I'd put a horns tattoo on me. I said I'd shave my head bald. I've been there, done that.
You won't even do it.
You must decide. The ball has been in your court the entire time. You know what you're doing with it? You're fumbling it like Jackson Arnold. You're fumbling like every other. You're inept like OU's offense was last year when the ball's in your court. You're a clown.
Clown face paint. There it is. Clown face
show, as Ron says.
I'll do clown face paint. I'll do clown face paint. I'll do it. If I'm wrong, you can call me whatever you want to that night when I have it on my face, Jerm. Okay.
Greg got saying you can't want GMs to be cutthroat, but bash the players that leave on a dime. Look, if any, that's why I said it, Ron, because you said I couldn't. If any player if a player leaves because he knows he's not playing, that's one thing. Nico was the starting quarterback and was sitting on a practice that's demanding more money. It's horrible.
I don't blame players for leaving. I never will.
I'm not blaming him for leaving. I said it was smart, but you don't do it the way he did. Like, please.
Hey, let's open up them phone lines tonight. You want to?
Sure thing, Jay.
Get them open. Check out the Fan Stop. TheFanStop.com. Code SURGE. You get 10% off your first 3 months. If you haven't seen this hat, you can only find it at one place. That's TheFanStop.com. They got officially licensed merchandise. Sign up by the 20th, which is, I think it's Sunday, Easter Sunday. Sign up by then if you want to get the May shirt of the month. So use code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. What happened to the UNLV quarterback equipment season?
Everyone ripped him, Jay. Should they have ripped him? Nah, it's good look. It's good look. It's good look.
I didn't say it's a good look. I don't blame the kid for doing it. If he wanted to go somewhere else to take it.
Excellent look.
Whatever,
way to be.
Whatever. When you could get cut, hey, in your job, you could go look for another job if you thought tomorrow they could get rid of you.
They weren't getting rid of Nico.
I'm not saying they weren't, Nico. Move on. Hey, let's get to Colin. Colin is calling in. What's up, Colin?
What's up? How are you guys?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just getting excited for the OU football team this upcoming season because this stuff we're doing. And that's been the biggest thing I've seen this offseason is both football and basketball look like they're stepping up their game with transfers and they're trying to hit the big portal people unlike what we've seen in past years, which I don't know if that's from like more money being generated or if that's just us hiring GMs now on both sides to help with that, or what are your thoughts?
Well, I think for basketball, I think that
it's Trae Young, guys. Call it what it is.
No, I think Porter. I think Porter. Jerem, shake your head every time I say Porter's name. You shake your head in disgust every single time. Okay, Porter. What he said after the year, I think was very important for him to say that.
It was big
because I think it kind of showed maybe the administration too. Like, hey, if you aren't going to win in April, he said it. You're not going to win in April, May. What?
Truth be told, he probably said it because he thought he was getting out of Dodge too.
I doubt it. Hey, but Colin, it is exciting because they have to step it up. If they don't, I mean, in both the transfer portal and football has not been good to OU. They have not been good in the transfer portal era with getting big time contributors, right?
Yeah, and then if we get Ott, like you guys said, that's number one QB basically, and number one running back in the portal. And I think with Mateer's legs and dual threat with Ott's speed and elusiveness, I think it would be a good 1-2 punch with him. And then you could throw in X-Rob. Like, I think we could, if we land Ott, I think we can go like 9-10 wins.
We'll see. I mean, it's a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule, but it does kind of remind me a little bit. I mean, a little bit. They got Levy. They went and got DG, and then they got Eric Gray. I mean, kind of a little bit similar, I guess, because Eric Gray was.
This guy's better than Eric Gray.
No, I'm saying he was a difference maker for that team, though.
I agree. This guy's better, though.
The last thing I'll say will be about the OKC Thunder with the upcoming playoffs, which I think we're actually in a pretty good spot with where all the other teams landed, because we'll probably have to either play. I mean, we'll for sure have to play Denver, but I mean, Clippers, I feel like could easily take Nuggets to.
But you don't want the Warriors first round, Colin. You don't want the Warriors first round.
The Warriors are going to beat the Grizzlies and face the Rockets.
They should. They probably will. Yeah.
And then Kings are going to face Mavericks, and Kings are going to win. And Memphis is going to beat Kings, and we're going to sweep Memphis first round. That's my honest prediction.
Because Golden State really aren't going to have an issue first round. They're not going to have an issue first round.
But like I said, looking at the bracket in front of me, like if not, we play Nuggets second round, and then possibly one more like Lakers or Warriors, because then if Lakers beat Timberwolves and Warriors beat Rockets, then Lakers Warriors face each other, and one's eliminated there. So
I think Houston may be there at the end.
No, I think they're on the collision course in the Western Conference Finals. Thunder Lakers. I think it's happening. I mean, I just do. Luka's going to be there. They're going to get through Luka.
That's what I have in the Western Conference Finals is Thunder versus Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think that's what it's going to be. So appreciate it, Colin.
Last thing I'll say is, are you guys going to have any more like Thunder lives coming up?
We're going to do Thunder lives after every playoff game.
All right. Yep. I'll see you guys.
See you, Colin. See you. Hey, Jay, Jabari Smith, Dylan Brooks, they are way better than people are saying. Sengun, they're good, dude.
They aren't getting past the Lakers.
Lakers may not even get past.
And I think you are right, Senior Thrawn. I think that was Riley. Was that Riley's last year they got him?
Jay, what do you think about the DJ Lagway rumors?
Well, what is it? I don't know the rumor.
That's what I was curious, because I don't know what the rumor. I don't know that it's got legs.
Hey, JB, call in or something. Let me know what the rumors. I haven't heard it. What are the rumors? Contracts. Can't wait until college players are signed in as employees. Contract. Yeah, that's probably. We'll see when that happens. I don't know. You don't like the NBA, Ron? Interesting. I like the NBA. It is sometimes. I like
It's
watching
difficult
college.
to watch a lot, Jay.
I like watching college basketball better. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
What did Hunter say? The last time OU softball got swept back-to-back conference series was 2012.
It's never happened, I don't think. But hey, let's get to KB. KB's on the line.
KB, what's the DJ Lagway rumors?
I was watching. It's been on for a couple of nights now, and I didn't think nothing about it when I first heard it. But SEC Mike was talking about, they've been talking about DJ. The coach been talking about, oh, he's doing fine. He'll be back in a week or two. Be back to good. And then evidently an outside source said, yeah, he's been doing good, but all he's been doing is handing the ball off. He can't throw. And so they got to digging a little more, and he's got some kind of issue that he was supposed to have surgery on. But if he has surgery on it, it's season ending. On the flip side of that, they don't know if he can make it through the season with the injury. Anyway, SEC Mike was like, man, I don't know. We're hearing stuff about it, but nobody, they're quite quiet about it. Well, Stephen Lasson was on there tonight, and he was saying that from what he's hearing, as far as a panic factor for Florida over it, is about an 8 or a 9. If you not that's not what they're saying. He's just saying from what his outside source is telling him from around Florida that it's legit.
Wow, that'd be you talk about a loss. That'd be massive.
Yeah. Now I don't know. And they still admitted, that's not come. What's his Nussmeyer? Not
Nussmeyer.
The coach. Never mind. Napier. Yeah, he when he addressed it, and he just kind of talked around it. And you can tell, how when they have that coach talk, that they address something, and they say, "Oh yeah, he'll," things are looking up, but you can see through it. You know what I'm saying? You know how that coach started. Yeah. Well, that's kind of how it was. And then after that, when the rumors started, and they're not saying anything. They're tight-lipped about it. But from the sources around there starting to get out, there's something to all that.
That would be interesting because he kind of changed their season last year when he started playing.
There's no
doubt. There's no doubt.
The Schmitty stuff is real. Schmitty coaches OU. They're in the same conference.
He used to coach.
There's that connection. So therefore, I think this has to be related back to Schmitty.
That's what everybody else would say, right?
Yeah, they say Florida, A&M, OU.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
but no. Anyway, that's what nobody from Florida has come out and said it, but the rumbling is behind the scenes that there may be something to that because all he's been doing is handing the ball off. Yeah, he's been participating, but he's not been throwing the ball.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, so I didn't know if y'all had heard about that or not. I've heard about it the last 3 nights. Yeah, last 3 nights I've heard about it, but then that Stephen Lasson was on there with him tonight, and he was saying he was hearing the same thing. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks, KB.
All right, see y'all.
Thanks. Very, very interesting.
What was that?
It's one of the only voices I can do.
What voice was it?
Just very, very interesting.
You know what it sounds like to me?
What's that?
Gru from Despicable Me.
Yes. Hey, Jerry, I agree. I think the one that steps up is Lowry. It's good to have Lowry back. I thought she did pretty well with the bases loaded 1 out when she came in. But this team's got to hit the ball. Now, I will say this, though, Jay, because everyone's ripping OU softball. We did a video earlier. OU beat UCLA 1-0 last year in the postseason. 1-0. OU lost to OSU. They scored 2 runs one game, 3 runs one game. They scored 1 run against Texas 1 or 2 times. They had a lull last year. Now, they are not the same team. They're young. I am not counting Patty Gasso out. They've won 4 straight. I'm still picking OU to win the entire thing in softball. Until they don't, I'm going to. So, like it or lump it, Jay.
I'll lump it. Kenneth says, I heard that the problem he's been having since high school. It normally clears itself up. This is why he didn't have the surgery. Well, that's interesting too.
Hey, Ron, how do you make someone humble who's already humble? He's about the least arrogant, prideful person I've ever heard in my life speak.
Oh, positive thinking, Germ. Hey, I can think positive too, but I'm just right now, I wouldn't pick OU to win the softball championship this year. That's all. Dalpo says he did go see King of Kings today. Liked it. 2 thumbs up.
My 10-year-old saw it, and then we're going to go to the drive-in Saturday night and see it, I think.
Still got the drive-in in there, huh?
Over in Saptown, TP drive-in? Absolutely.
Oh, wait, they have a drive-in in Sapulpa?
Yes.
Is it inexpensive?
It's like on the Route 66, man.
How much is it for a car?
I'm not even sure, Jay. I haven't been.
Do they provide, can you order food?
No, Jay. You go there and you can't order any. Yes, you can.
Like food or snacks, like concession?
Hey, Lane, I got a question. Last year, outside of 2, how many pitches did they have?
Why do you keep going back to last year?
I'm asking how many pitches they had outside of Maxwell May.
Is Lane's comment wrong?
The defense must tighten up. I
Check.
think the defense has been.
Check. Yep. Agreed.
I think it's been pretty good. That's not been the issue.
I think
everything Lane said. Check. They didn't have more than 2 pitchers last year.
I think everything Lane said there is accurate.
But the point is, you said the same thing going the last postseason, Jay. This team can't win with Kelly Maxwell. This team cannot win the whole thing with Kelly Maxwell.
You are comparing this team to a team that's won 4 in a row. Those some of them have never lost in the postseason, Germ.
Okay.
How can you compare that?
There's some on this team who've never lost.
How can you compare that?
Because I can. It's the same coach.
I don't think that's fair to these players.
Cool, Jay. I don't give a rip what you think is fair to
ball last year. Some of these are playing high school ball last year.
I don't care what you think is fair to play.
And you're putting Nellie Mack that she should be just like Burrito. And that Emmerling's not Kenzie Hansen.
No, Emmerling's not close to Hansen. Nellie Mack can be a burrito.
Why are you like, come on,
Nellie Mack can be a burrito. Catcher's a weakness. Catcher's a weakness.
Give him some time. Give him some time.
Catcher's a weakness. Sydney Sanders, Ella Parker, Cassidy Pickering did not forget how to hit a softball. Please.
No, but Germ, I'm going to say it again. When you are surrounded by great players that have done it before, it makes a difference in you. It does, Germ.
3 possible or passive. Who? They still have them. Lowry's better than any third pitcher they had last year. Kirsten Dill's still on the team. Peyton Monticelli's still on the team.
When was the last time Monticelli pitched, by the way?
I agree, Jay. She doesn't pitch.
I mean,
hey, Greg God, I'm getting cooked on a team that's won 4 straight. Just please. Hey, if you don't know softball, just don't comment on it. I'm not getting cooked at anything.
Unbutton your top button.
They're the 4-time defending champs. Okay.
There you go. Unbutton the top button. You're getting a little. So
Kirsten Dill hasn't been good, Lane. She's not one of their top 2.
Who is? Who's their top
exactly,
2? Ron.
If you'd have said OU softball this year is 36-5, probably going to have less than 9 losses, everyone said, "Wow, Patty, get after it again."
No, not you. No, not you. You predicted 2 losses, I think, on the year.
No, actually, I didn't, Jay. I think I predicted 7 at the beginning, same as last year.
Hot around the collar, Germ is. Hey, phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. Back to some football talk, Germ. Portal. Today's the what? 14th? That means 2 days. It's official. You see all day today things. This guy plans to enter the portal. This guy plans in the portal. This guy's entering the portal. Over or under the first day, OU has 4. You taking the over or under?
4 enter the portal?
Yeah.
Over.
First day?
Oh, first day? I'm just talking about in general. They're going to have more than 4.
Let's just say by Sunday night, the 20th.
Yeah,
How
4.
many? Are in the
4. I mean, why not the first day? What are you waiting for? Like, get your name in the portal the first day.
Boy,
Jay,
I guess I didn't listen to it, but I guess Kel Gundy ripped Oklahoma apparently in the Crimson Combine on the radio today. I didn't hear it. I don't know if anybody else heard it, but Traber was talking about it a little bit and said that he agreed with what Kel Gundy said and that he was basically ripping the Crimson Combine and how it was a joke. I didn't hear it, so I can't comment on it. But Sooner Freak 29.
Well, here's what's happening. Do you know what's happening tomorrow night?
Well, you know what's interesting? What 918 put in there earlier about some guys. I don't know if he said Thune put it in there, but he said that the fact that some of an experienced offensive lineman might in the portal because of Foji and Fasusi. Sounds like maybe Daniel Brooks might have heard something. Maybe heard something about that, huh?
Oh wait, maybe that was accurate. You're saying?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
just a thought, possibly, right?
We never said it wasn't accurate.
No, I know we didn't. I'm not saying we did, Jerm.
Gray God said this earlier. OU feels comfortable, not confident. He's going to be a backup, so it's hard to find those guys. This would be a good one.
It is hard to find those. It
would be a good one, Jay. Hey, Jay, let me ask you know what's happening tonight or what's already happened tonight and what's happening tomorrow night? Jim Nagy, maybe the staff, they've met. Jim Nagy has a whiteboard probably. Or state-of-the-art technology, and they've already discussed all this, and they've probably already pulled some of these players in and said, hey, go elsewhere.
You think they've already had they think they already know? The
portal opens, yes.
Yeah.
They know.
Hey, Sooner Freak 29 said he heard the Kel Gundy stuff, so. As Ron says, ask me. Ron, what do you think? I'm asking you. See what he says. I think I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, I don't know.
Ron doesn't know.
Did OU charge the fans to go to that event? Yes.
Yes.
What was the cost? $10?
$10. And by the way, I saw people that I know, Jay, who went and posted on Facebook and said it was the best event they've been to for their kids. Again, for kids, it was great, dude.
I haven't talked to anybody that said they enjoyed it.
Well, I guess you haven't talked to the right people.
I don't know about this. Hunter and Jackson would have to answer this. Did they get in free? I would assume they did, but.
Hey, Mark, I know what a teacher resource room looks like, and there are Post-it notes everywhere. You give teachers Post-it notes, it's almost like they won the lottery.
I think Gundy was also maybe saying that what was the difference in doing what they did and then doing just a normal spring game? Because if like the whole poaching players and stuff, you could do the same thing from a 7-on-7 or a 1-on-1 drill. Like it really didn't do any, like just play the regular spring game. It would have been, well, what's the difference?
Well, there's a lot different, Jay.
How? Because they didn't hit
a spring game.
Because there was no hitting. Is it the injuries you think the main reason you didn't do it?
No, they followed other people, Jay. They're followers. What it is. Is that a Thunder jacket?
Yeah. Got this about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was going through my closet tonight and I saw it. It's weird. You know how sometimes you haven't worn something in a while and it just pops off the hanger? Like, I didn't even know I still had this. And it just like, I swear it just showed up on a hanger like closer to the front of my closet. Weird. Thunder postseason, it's there. I see it. I spot it with my eyes.
There's hyperbolic Matt. There's hyperbolic Matt with another bad take.
What does hyperbolic even mean?
Exaggerating, Jay.
Oh, that's your middle name.
Really, Jay?
Yeah. You're an exaggerator.
No, nothing like Matt, Jay.
Let me see. Does it, guys?
No, it doesn't. Hey, stay over. It's a much better side of you.
What?
much better side of you. Turn back
If
around.
I turn around,
Yeah, it's from the word hyperbole, Jay.
you think it's better when I turn around? That side's
I was
better.
just kidding. It was. I was making a statement, Jay. Jeez Louise, man. Jay, does OU land Jaydn not? Answer right now.
Yes.
Yes, huh? If they land Jaydn not, people got to start saying Jim Nagy's it. Would you agree, Jay?
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Are you sponsored by Adidas, Jay?
I'm not.
This was our childhood growing up. Jay was always facing the corner, always in trouble, and you know, I was always the one trying to get people out of it. This kind of story of our lives here. 918 says yes, and I am one of the ones who didn't think we needed a portal running back. Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to land him.
Turn back around for you guys.
They absolutely have work to do. They've got to. Anyone who gets on here and says, you know what, it's going to, I cannot, and Jay, you said this earlier, I cannot stand when people say this comment. It's going to be difficult, bro, you to win the title this year. It's difficult I can't, man, Patty, it's going to be difficult this year. Duh. It's hard winning championships. Please. Jeez.
Nobody said it wasn't, Jerm.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Well, I think the reason sometimes is like you
know we wore underoos. Mr. Janus, how did you know we wore underoos?
I don't even remember that, Jerm.
Oh, they were the matching set, the undies with the shirt. Remember in the Denny's restaurant when you diarrheaed in the booth at the age of about 6 or 7? You had your Superman underoos on that day.
Dalpo says if you had to say
had your Hulk underoos on because the diarrhea would have matched it. But
if you had to say yes or no today, is BB the coach next season? Yes. Yes, he is. They're going to win. They're going to win at least 7 games. The Outpost. I think if they win 7 games, I think he's going to be the coach. Right now, I'm not picking how many games they're going to win yet. I'm not ready to pick yet. If I would have had to say like pretty even number that I'd be pretty confident with them winning, I'd say 8.
That's probably the number I would say.
Like, can they win 9? Yeah.
Johnny Boy's got them at 10-10.
Could they win 10? They could. Could they win 7? Yeah. But I think 8 would be like I think they're gonna win 8. That's what I would say. They're gonna win 8 for sure. I don't know other than that. I think I would pick right now 8, but that's not what I'm going with. 918. I'm not saying it's enough.
I agree. 918. You can't. You gotta part ways.
I'm not saying it's enough for me. I'm just saying I think the administration might. But I'll say this too. I'll say this though. With that being said, we're sitting here talking about them maybe getting Jaydn Nagy. Let's just back up and look at the offseason. Because I know a lot of people want to rip Josie and different things. They went and got one of the best offensive coordinators out there that was available. They got him. The best quarterback in the portal, they got him. If they land Jaydn Nagy, the best running back in the portal, they get him if they get him. The best GM maybe that you wouldn't have thought they could have got, they got him. So they're doing everything.
Kendall Daniels.
They're doing everything you need. They're giving like BV. This is it, man. They're getting all they can for you. So I think that's why I agree with you, 918. It wouldn't be enough for me, 7. But I'm just saying, as far as the administration, I think 7 wins keeps him.
There was a statement made by Joe C. that we're going to give BV all the resources he needs. And that was questioned. And I was one of the ones questioning it because I didn't see it. And then that hire of Jim Nagy comes along. And now you're starting to maybe see some of this. Landing ought to change everyone's mindset on what Jim Nagy can do for this program.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little more national pub than they did last year. A lot of those guys last year picked OU at 7 wins. There's some of them that are picking them a lot better this year. They'll beat Texas, Sooner Freak says. I don't know. So who are the wins? I'll say it right now. If they win their home games, which you look at their home schedule, you win your non-con, that's 4.
Well, Temple's on the road.
Well, I count that as a win, though. You win your non-con, that's 4 wins. And then your other home games in conference play. Auburn, I think they beat Auburn. That's 5. Ole Miss at home, I think they beat Ole Miss.
To win it, Jay.
I think they beat Ole Miss at home. That's 6. Who am I missing? South Carolina's on the road.
LSU's at home.
Tennessee's on the road. I'm not ready to pick the LSU game.
LSU
Tennessee without Nico, though, right now, that looks a lot better, doesn't it?
Hey, Ron, Jaydn Ott is I think he had 1,350 yards, 50 yards rushing. He was a Doak Walker Award finalist, Walker Camp finalist, Maxwell Award finalist. He's from University of California. He's, in my opinion, and probably most people's, the best running back available. Could have went pro, didn't. And the word is OU's got high interest. And Jay, have you heard that it's mutual, though?
Haven't heard a whole lot on it, Jerm. I just know a lot of pub right now coming out that OU.
Ron, he would come to OU and start immediately. That's what would happen.
Hey, Colby. Well, X-Rob's really good, but I think, yeah, he'd come and start. Colby says Michigan isn't going to be easy. Good at home game. Yes, you're right about that. And here it is, 918. Dead on. Dead on. If OU doesn't get those 7 wins, it's going to be a long year. I mean, Michigan's up in the air, but those 7 right there, you can win those 7. That would get you 7 wins without beating LSU, having to be LSU, Tennessee, Texas. That gives you a good base 7 right there. That would be the 7 I'd be the most confident in, too. I agree with you. If you're going to rate the games they play this year based on high confidence that they win and lower, those would be my top 7 in no particular order. Those would be my top 7.
And then you got to steal a couple. You got to win those, and you got to steal a couple.
Well, the other there's 2 games on the road that I'm looking at that I think, man, Tennessee and South Carolina. Those aren't just like teams that you go in there and expect to just get rolled by. Like
Tennessee is a very good home field advantage.
But you don't expect to go get rolled. You expect to have a chance.
Not
to win
by a Josh Heupel team. You shouldn't.
And South Carolina, I mean, they rolled them last year though. But
Chief, good to see you on here. Chief says if we don't get close to the college football playoff, the NIL money will start to dry up. I'm afraid. Yeah, you've got to start winning now, and it's just going to increase everything. It's like a snowball. And it's good powdery snow. OU is gaining some momentum. They're getting the base of the snowman. It's picking up traction. They're building. But if they don't win, that snow's going to fall apart. Not going to be any good. It's going to be an olive oil snowman.
Yeah.
Instead of Stay Puft, it's going to be olive oil. And that's not what you want. Because when the wind blows, olive oil goes bye-bye.
What?
You don't understand, Jay.
I cook outside. I cook outside all the time, and my olive oil stays in the pan. It does not go away.
This is so over you, it's unbelievable.
No, it's not actually.
I compared a snowman to olive oil.
Colin, who's the biggest?
Popeye, Jay. You ever heard of the show?
I know who olive oil is from Popeye. Colin McPherson said, "Who's the biggest X factor this season outside the obvious material answer?" Here's what I'll say. You ready for it? This might shock you. Elijah Thomas.
What?
Yeah.
He might not even play.
I think a receiver's going to have to step up, and maybe it could be him. Who knows? I'm just going to throw it out there. They need a receiver to step up.
The X factor is a guy like Peyton Bowen or something.
Well, hey, I thought he wanted like an outlier there.
Hey, X factor. Do you know what an X factor is, Jay? A key cog in the wheel that's moving.
Well, I was looking at it as a sleeper. I guess.
That's not X factor. Okay, Mark says we were an average offense away from 9 wins. That's true. Average offense last year, OU gets 9 wins.
That's why I think 7. Like they got to win at least 7. mean,
2 days away from
8,
Jaydn
9.
Ott maybe being a Sooner is just so hard to fathom right now, Jay.
What do you think? I'm going to ask this question. What do you think it would cost to get Jaydn Ott?
Couple mil.
You think that high for a running back? No.
Like $2 million.
No, he won't get $2 million.
Here's what you got to ask: how much
He
is
won't
X-Rob getting?
He won't get $2 million.
How much is X-Rob getting?
No clue, Germ. Landon says, if y'all hadn't already gotten Mateer, would y'all want Nico? No.
Not from what I'm hearing, no.
No, not. I agree. Not from what I'm hearing. I agree with this number. More like that, Greg. I would kind of think that. Chief says, just like last year, and this is dead on, Chief. If you want to talk about X factor, it's the O-line. That's it.
Oh, absolutely. I
That's
agree
it,
with
Chief.
that.
Ding, ding, ding. We don't need to have another show the rest of the year until game starts. That's the answer.
But we are. We're going to do one every night. But we're going to do one every night.
We are, but Max says not sure Nagy will pay that much.
True.
Hey, the thing is with the O-line, I think there's still a lot of questions on who's it going to be. This O-line has some talented individuals that are young.
X factor is injuries. I like that.
Schmitty, people would say.
X factor is injuries.
Man,
honestly, Jay, I did not think tonight the talk would be dominated by the potential of OU bringing in a running back, but here we are. Always something good to talk about.
Couple of things. And 918 says Jared Reed going to be next director of scouting. It seems like Nagy building a monster staff. Nagy, man, I think I told Hunter this earlier tonight, and we don't know this yet because they haven't even played a game with Nagy there. But if they were to get everything going in the right direction, you could be looking back 5 years from now, 5 years ahead. You could be looking back saying that Nagy hire was the key hire. If it goes in the right direction, new running back might be the X factor. There's no connection. Sorry, I think I butchered that, Colin, at the beginning of the show. Listen, I apologize for butchering it. There is no connection. All I'm saying is that Nagy thought pretty high of him back in July when he was talking. But that's what his job was to evaluate talent. That's all.
Well, the biggest thing that everyone needs to understand is nothing against Curtis Lofton. Nothing against some of these guys. They didn't know that side of things, in my opinion. Jim Nagy's a GM, tried and true. Jared Reed, majored in sports management like this. He's been in the state of Florida a lot, that East Coast kind of Southeast area. This guy, these guys know that role. They're not just, hey, I'm a Sooner and I'm going to try to do this job. No, they do this job and now they're going to do it for the Sooners.
Kenneth says, I heard Nico's father's friend on another station said that it isn't what happened. And then on top of that, they tried to cut the money onto 2.1. Get your facts right. Go to the source. If not, don't comment. First off, I don't know.
I'll comment every night.
I don't know what I don't claim to know what happened in that situation. But you know what? If a school thinks that you were 2.5 1 year and you didn't perform and they wanted to drop you to 2.1, that's up to the school. I mean, I don't know. There's no rules right now. Schools can do whatever they want.
And
players
Jay,
can do whatever they want. I'm not blaming anybody.
Nico's camp is going to try to defend everything.
Well, they already got caught lying from Pete Nakos. I do know that because they pretty much called Pete Nakos a liar, and then it came out that he was right. So
yeah.
Hey, couple things. There was a lot to talk about tonight. You got OU basketball making some portal moves, possibly.
Good moves,
possibly. You got OU football possibly in the mix. And then you had softball lose tonight on a walk-off
back-to-back SEC series.
Back-to-back SEC series. It does get a little bit easier with Mississippi State, but then you close out SEC play with Texas and Florida. Don't play Texas A&M, which is number one team in the country right now.
Shocking.
So, yeah. And this is right, Lane. You can't. It's hard to win a national championship if you have a bunch of injuries. You got to stay healthy.
Got to stay healthy. Hey, guys, thanks for being on here tonight. We appreciate it very much.
Yep.
Hit that. Hey, do us one big favor.
Oh, we didn't get a trivia. I forgot to ask a trivia question. People
It's
ask.
free. All you got to do is hit the like before you leave. Jay, we're going to stay on a little longer because Jay's got to ask his trivia question. But all we're asking for is hit the like before you leave. Hit the like before you leave. Check out the Fanstop, thefanstop.com. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. You get on there, thefanstop.com. You do it by April 20th. You'll get that Memorial Day special May Shirt of the Month Club. They have 3 different packages you can sign up. Some have long sleeves, some have hoodies, some are just straight T-shirts, but they're ideal. They're great, different design every single month shipped to your house. That's right, Grey God. Might as well just give the trivia to 918 because no one else is going to get it. Jay's missing. He's getting ready to come back on there for trivia, so stay tuned. While you're waiting, hit the like, please. When was the last time OU baseball won the national championship? Was it with Chip Glass? Did they win it the year with Chip Glass? Hunter would know. Man, that year would have been like 99. I don't know.
Hey, I'm going to ask a trivia question, but I don't know if I know the answer. So it's I don't know if I should ask this.
Was it Chip Glass, Hunter?
Go
ahead, Jay.
I don't know if I can ask this because I don't know if I know a correct answer to that. So
we'll 918 will tell you if you're correct. Go.
All right, here we go. Because I don't know if they've had one. I'm trying to think. Jaydn Ott wears number 1 at California. Last Oklahoma running back to wear number 1.
Eric Moore wore number 1, but he was quarterback.
He's not a running back, Jerm.
I'm thinking.
And I haven't had time to look this up.
Eric Moore in the 90s.
Hunter, you're going to have to be AI Hunter.
Daryl Moore was 7. I'm trying to think of Jalen Hurts was 1. Single-digit running back numbers. Eric Gray was 0.
Dominique Whaley was 8.
Tatum.
He started out with number 1, I think, possibly.
Did he really?
I think he switched.
Tatum was 8.
But didn't he switch?
I don't recall.
AI Hunter, you're going to have to verify this.
I thought Mike Gaddis was 32.
Gaddis was 32, I believe.
Jeff Frazier, don't know.
Not Tatum, Hunter said.
Yeah, it wasn't Tatum.
Hunter, do you know the answer? Yes or no? Let's see if Hunter knows the answer. AI
Hunter doesn't know it. He would have to look it up.
Well, I know, but maybe he's looked it up and got us an answer. Because I don't know if there was. I'm trying to remember if there was one, Jerm.
There had to have been one. Mark Bradley. Didn't Mark Bradley wear number 1?
He was not running back, Jerm.
I'm just thinking of players number 1. Jay, you're trying to stump him late in the game. This is ridiculous. Plus, who's to say Jaydn Ott would wear number 1? That's the other question.
No, I don't know if he would. I'm just saying. Oh, I know the answer. Wow, I got it.
What year? Give us a decade.
2020.
Gutierrez was 22.
This guy only played at OU 1 year. Let me give you a hint.
I know it. It's Seth McGowan.
Oh, why'd you say it? You just gave it away.
It's Seth McGowan. That's it.
Seth McGowan. That's it. That's the answer. Nobody got it then tonight.
Too bad. So sad. We'll give it to 918 as a asterisk.
There we go.
Guys, thanks everyone. Make sure you hit the like before you leave tonight. It really helps our algorithm or channel. We appreciate you guys joining us each and every night. It's been great every single night. Love having everyone on here. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. You guys have a terrific Tuesday.
And we'll have to get the Trojan Fights question another night. But yeah, that is a good one. I have to talk about the jersey retirements tomorrow, Jeremy, with Colorado. Be good
Oh
talk.
yeah, there we go.